Nice clean start to this race so far. A-main number 3. Oh, Tiny gets loose and the sweeper goes from second to last. Still a lot of time to make up. We got Nick running the old school brushed motor. He's going to suffer some fade. Avery starting to stretch out lead up front with his showing off his serious horsepower. Brian with a more reasonable tune running in second. We know Glenn's got some horsepower. He's not far behind Brian. That's actually the closest race on the track is for second between Brian and Glenn. They've been battling close races all day long in this main. Glenn's not the fastest driver out there, but he's one of the most consistent drivers I have ever seen. Really hard to make a pass on him because his car is always placed exactly where he wants it. But modified, things can get a little bit more interesting. Avery in the all white, going on straightaway now, is our leader. Brian in the white with blue, running in second. Glenn running in third with the blue, orange, and yellow. Then we got Nick Fantetti running the old school power plant in his green and black car. And then Tiny with his second lap spin, tracking him down. Tiny's got some horsepower as well. Coming up on the halfway point in this race, riders. 2.5 down, 2.5 to go. Nick clips a dot. Not quite enough to let Tiny get by him. It's a race on the straightaway now, and we got the leader Avery right behind him in the all white. Avery with nothing but space between him and second place. Tiny gets by. Avery puts Nick down a lot. Tiny lets the leader by. So close race for fourth and close race for second as our leader puts it completely sideways around the sweeper.
2 minutes left.
3 down, 2 to go. Closest race is still for second. Brian still has it. Glenn is still within striking distance. And Nick, that's a close battle for second right behind you. Thank you, Nick. And Tiny's going to be letting him by as well. 1.5 minutes to go, drivers. Oh, Glenn makes it by, showing his horsepower on the straightaway. Brian showing his handling in the infield. Takes a peek. Doesn't like the contact, lets Glenn go. So 1 minute left.
1 minute left.
Battle for second rages. Glenn's got it. Brian wants it. Brian had it for most of the race. Avery all by himself up front. Glenn running in second. And third place, Brian tags the dot. That gives Glenn all the breathing room he's going to need for the last 30 seconds of this race. Tiny keeping pace with the second place group. He's not needing to fall over. So Avery, our leader, on the straightaway. I looked away for just a brief moment. Glenn got out of shape. I think he might have clipped the dot. That lets Brian back again. 15 more seconds. You guys might have one more lap after this one. Making it interesting. Yeah, you got one more lap, guys. This is your last lap. Glenn, looked like Glenn thought the race was over. And Avery takes the W. Brian second, Glenn, Tiny, and Nick.
That's why you were stopping there. Oh yeah, he wasn't stopping. I was just like, because I knew, I'm like, I can get in front of him, but I actually need to stop him. Because he's just going to walk by me on the straight. Right. Did you see that pass? You just teleported. Bang, bang. I was pushing hard to stop him. Oh, yeah. Thank you. You too.
1 minute left. Seconds left. Sir? 30 seconds left. I just thought he won the
Touring modified first place, still up for grabs. Alex with one win and a second. Mihai with one win and a second. So winner of this between Alex or Mihai takes all. Drivers in the last race, we need you marshalling. We need a couple volunteers as well because there aren't very many drivers in that race. We got to get the show on the road here. All cars have checked in. Straightaway is closed. Let's set the grid. Alex, you're on pole. Mihai, you're second. Blake is third. JT in fourth. Henry and our bump up Gerald rounding out the field. Once again, Alex on pole. Mihai second. Blake third. JT, Henry, and Gerald. Come on, Henry. Let's get in spot. Okay, corners ready. Drivers ready. A-main number 3 on the tone. Ooh, Mihai with a wide corner. That let Blake have a look on the inside. So, starting order is the same as the order on the track right now. Mihai and Alex all over one another up front. They're just walking away with this race. We know Alex has the finishing power. We know Mihai can go fast.
Minutes left.
So battle is for the lead is on the straightaway now. There's 0.8 seconds between them. That's not interesting. The interesting battle is the one for third between Blake and JT. 0.2 of a second that time by. They've been neck and neck down each other's throats all weekend long. 0.3 of a second that time. The battle for third between the blue and the yellow of Blake. The white and blue of JT, that's the race to watch because that's the one that's the closest. Alex starting to stretch a lead over Mihai. He's caught a lot of traffic, so Gerald, that's the leader right behind you. Thank you. And second place is next. I didn't see what happened, but Blake's got a 1 second lead over JT.
3 minutes left.
So our leader going on to the straightaway now in the all silver. Mihai running with the purple or pink and white and a little bit of orange. He's running in second. Blake is third place with the blue and yellow. JT running in fourth with the blue and white. Then we got Henry on the straightaway with the white and orange, and then Gerald running up the field with the silver with orange. And Gerald, that's the battle for third right behind you. Thank you. And Henry, as you know, that's the leader behind you. And Henry, as you know, that's second place behind you when he passes you. 3 minutes down, 2 to go. And the winner of the race between Alex and Mihai wins the overall class. If neither of them wins, it'll be interesting. Oh, and Blake and JT swap positions. That's the interesting battle, is the one for third between JT and Blake. So that's white with blue and the blue with yellow. That's the closest battle on the track for third, JT and Blake. Alex all by himself up front. 3 second lead, 4 minutes down, 1 to go. Interesting battle is the one for third. Gerald, that's third place behind you, thank you. And then Gerald, that's the leader behind you again. And Henry, that's the battle for third behind you. We got 30 seconds left. Seconds left, drivers. John checked up. Blake's right on him again. And you'll have one more lap in your battle, John and Blake. Alex takes the W. John and Blake battling down the straightaway. And JT takes it, and that's a race.
Yo, the more.
F1, B main number 3, up now.
1:30 left. Left. "45 seconds left.
Okay, drivers from that race, we need you in your marshalling
30
positions.
seconds left.
This is the Formula One B main number 3. Formula One is the last class running today, so 2 more races and we're done.
15 seconds left.
Caution on the straight. Okay, straightaway is closed. Let's get the grid set. Okay, we got Afro, Jordan, and Phil. Because Jerry ain't making it. Okay, we've got our drivers. They're all checked. We don't have marshals though. Once we get marshals, we'll be able to get this race going. There were lots of cars in the last race. Let's get some of the mod drivers out to marshal. Come on.
Maybe I need to race modified.
We don't need 2 guys in the sweeper. Come on. Spread yourselves out.
Get the spectators off the curb, Bob.
Okay.
Spectators off the curb.
We need the spectators to respect our boundaries. You need to be at least 10 feet back from the edge of the track, please. Corners ready. Drivers ready. On the tone. After out to the early lead.
All right, 40 seconds in. Afro, Phil, Jordan. Huge thank you to Afro and Jordan of Afro RC. A few lucky racers have already received
4
some
minutes left.
Afro RC awards, if you will. You know who you are, and you've received those. Your heats were randomly selected, and you won those heats, so you got those nice door prizes, courtesy of Afro at Afro RC. I gotta talk to you, Afro. You won one of them. I'll figure out what to do with that. Up front, we've got Phil. Oh, hits a couple of dots coming down the back straightaway. Afro running in second, 1 straightaway behind. 1.5 seconds back. Jordan not too far back in third. Oh, Phil gets a little crossed up. Afro takes over top spot.
Three minutes left.
1 race to come. Formula One A3 up next. 3 minutes left in this one. Still very close here between Afro and Phil. Down the straightaway they go. Halfway, drivers 2.5 minutes in, 2.5 minutes to go. Top 2 battling out on the straightaway. Jordan trying to get there. He's about 5 seconds back right now. Oh, Phil goes inside in the sweeper. High speed pass there. So a new leader. Oh no, Afro clips a dot. He's going to live to see another corner though.
2 minutes left.
It's a nice roll. Now 2.2 behind Phil, but 2 minutes left, still lots of time.
Left front tire failed. Failed, but the whole inside glue ripped away from the wheel. It's still glued, the rubber ripped away. The sweeps that I got here.
1:30 to go. 1:30.
I know. The whole, like, the rubber bit is still on the wheel. Those weren't open, were they? They weren't open. Yeah, I don't know. Ah, just let go, man. Just run them the whole weekend? Yeah. The 32 is still well. The 32. 32? Yeah, maybe that's why he's off.
1:10. Oh, our leader gets caught. He's going to marshal his own car. Oh, he's got an issue maybe.
Yeah, that was too much.
That moves Afro to the front. 1 minute left.
I had great practice. Let's go. Oh, man, 32. That's only as a first off.
Previously, we had Afro with a win and a second. This will definitely lock down the overall B main victory. 40 seconds to go.
That's all I had. That's all I had. Well, I had the Alexis 31. Those are good. Those are first tires. I had 36 Alexis. I could have tried anyway. Yeah. I had really good results with those two. I guess they just got too hot. Might go.
20 seconds left. One race to come. Formula 1 A3. Should be heading this way. 10 seconds left. All right, Afro, you are done taking that one home. Jordan is done, and Phil is done. That's a wrap. Afro takes down the B victory. Now the A3 man figures out this podium for Formula 1. Everyone that was just running, out to Marshall, please.
Real, Glenn? That's one of the days. Good. Trying to get the living like damn coach. Yeah, no doubt, eh?
1:30 left.
The last race of IROCC Speed Weekend 2022. First IROCC Speed Weekend since the pandemic started.
1 minute left.
Formula 1 A main number 3. 2 cars with paint jobs that I recognize. Jean Lacy starting in 3rd.
45 seconds
And
left.
not Charles III, but instead Carlos Sainz starting in position 7.
30 seconds left.
Drivers from the last race plus some volunteers, because there were only 3 cars in the last race. We need you out to marshal the last race of this event.
15
We got
seconds
9
left.
cars, so it's gonna be busy. They're open wheel, you know what happens with these. Everyone saw what happened to Zoo last week at Silverstone. That's open wheel racing. Straightaway is close. Let's set the grid. Edmund is pole sitter. Nick starting 2nd. Jean Lacy starting 3rd. Dan starting 4th. Jesse Glang starting 5th. Jay James starting 6th. Carlos Sainz starting in 7th. Blair 8, and Brian the bump up from the B main, starting on the bubble. Once again, Edmund, Nick, Adam, Dan, Jesse, Jay, Glenn, Blair, and Brian. That is the starting grid. Corners. I don't see. Okay. I'd like to see another corner marshal out there. Joe, as usual, is volunteering.
He's got 6. He's got 6.
Okay, corners ready. Drivers ready. Put on a good show. On the tone.